Welcome to Bedcrime Stories Podcast. I'm your host, T. Hi, Bedcrime Nation. How are you all doing? Hope everything is great. To anyone new, a warm welcome. As always, if you find you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, smash the like button after you listen to or watch it. If you prefer to listen to my episodes as a pure podcast, head over to Spotify and Apple Podcasts, look up Carnage Street, and you'll find them all there. Now, let's dig in. Okay, guys, finally, some new information in the Moscow, Idaho case, in which the 4 University of Idaho students, Kaylee Gonsalves, Maddie Mogan, Xana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin, lost their lives. The 31-page search warrant for suspect Bryan Kohberger's parents' house in Albrightsville, Pennsylvania, has been unsealed. That search warrant, which was signed on December 29th of 2022 and executed at the Kohberger family home at 1:30 a.m. on December 30th, the same day Bryan Kohberger was arrested, reveals what Bryan had with him at the time. By the way, the investigators are saying they plan to release more search warrants from the case Wednesday, and one of those will be the one for Bryan Kohberger's white Elantra. Here are the items the investigators seized from Bryan Kohberger and from inside his parents' Pennsylvania home. A Defiant silver flashlight, 4 medical-style gloves. Note that it doesn't say what color the gloves were. A white Arizona Jean Company brand t-shirt, size large. I looked and you can buy this brand on Amazon, Macy's, JCPenney's. I did not see Target listed, nor did I see Walmart. There was also a Champion Washington State University Cougars large black sweatshirt, a pair of black and white size 13 Nike shoes, a pair of Under Armour brand black socks, a pair of large black Under Armour brand shorts, a pair of black boxers by Under Armour, and 1 cheek swab, which would be a DNA swab that I'm going to speculate and say the investigators took from Bryan. The search warrant does not say why exactly these specific items were taken. I think we can guess that a flashlight might be of interest in the case if the perpetrator of the crime used it to navigate to and from his vehicle on November 13th. Could there be blood evidence on that flashlight? The medical gloves could be the disposable type or not. I'd love to know what color they are. We know Kohberger was spotted taking trash out at 4 a.m. from his parents' home over his winter break, wearing gloves and dumping the trash in the neighbor's bin. We also know that Chris McDonough of the interview room saw a black glove at the property at 1122 King Road. Also seized was a white t-shirt. I have no clue why that's important. Could Kohberger have changed into that t-shirt post the crime if he's the perpetrator? It did not say if there were any kind of reddish-brown stains on it. Now, the black sweatshirt, shorts, socks, and boxers are definitely intriguing. Remember, eyewitness Dylan Morgan said the perpetrator was clad in all black clothing. Did the perpetrator take that color scheme down to his skivvies and socks? I would not be surprised, especially for the socks. The cheek swab, we all know what that was for, and since they arrested Kohberger and made an initial DNA match from the single source DNA on the leather sheath to Bryan's father, Michael, I'm going to speculate that Bryan Kohberger's own DNA was likely a full-on match to the DNA on that sheath. I have to say that I'm a tad disappointed that we're not seeing more seized items on the list, then again, you'd have to be a pretty silly perpetrator to take evidence from a crime and a crime scene with you back home for the holidays. Although he did take the white Elantra, but then again, he needed to get rid of that if he is the perpetrator. I think whatever evidence Kohberger may have taken with him to Pennsylvania, if he is the perpetrator, will be things he inadvertently took with him, like tiny specks of blood in crevices in his car. I can't wait to see what documents are released tomorrow and what information they contain. We also learned today that a Reddit channel for supporters of Bryan Kohberger has been banned. A notice displayed on the now defunct Bryanation subreddit states that the online community was banned for repeatedly violating Reddit's moderator code of conduct. They did not state what specific code of conduct violation led to the ban. It's a surprising move because it often seems like anything goes on Reddit. I'm wondering if any of the victims' families complained. I can only imagine how they feel seeing people go out of their way to show a lot of love and support for the guy who's been accused of taking their loved ones' lives. Yes, I know Bryan Kohberger is innocent until proven guilty, but he has been charged with these crimes, and having groupies sing his praises when it's unclear if he's guilty or innocent, and when he's been accused of such a gruesome crime, has got to be disturbing to Kaylee, Xana, Ethan, and Madison's families. Hey, if you haven't seen my new mystery miniseries, The Dyatlov Incident, check it out. I think you will find it fascinating and worth your time. Until the next time on Bedcrime Stories.